The show will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now watching MCdorksPOP.
Hi! How is everyone doing? Thank you everyone for coming in. So let's go ahead and say hi to everyone because we kept you waiting. So
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, yes. Lori, we got Nadia, Laura,
Jersey girl, poppin'.
Hey, how are you? And Jesse and Olivia and Chop and Drop and Miss Cherry. How are you?
Hi,
and
you guys.
Umpty, what's up?
What is up? Hope everyone is doing well.
Yes. And let's get everyone out. So first, we're gonna take one of our closest friends out and introduce her. Well, most of you probably already know her, but just in case anybody else is new here, let's go ahead and bring out her intro. Hello.
I didn't know you guys were going for the full effect on that one. That's
girl,
of course we are.
I'm not wasting any time here. we got to introduce every single person here with some respect today. So we got Miss Caitlin over here. Thank you so much for participating in this. And if you guys don't know, Caitlin, go ahead and introduce yourself and about your channel.
I am Caitlin from Funko Pops and Unicorns. I obviously collect Funko Pops and also like comics and statues and do reviews on them. I do custom pops and other custom figures like resin pieces and things like that. And sometimes when I feel like it, I post it on my channel. Not in a while, but sometimes. So yeah, that's pretty much me. And then I crash other people's live streams every week. So
I love
pretty much all I do.
That's pretty much you taking over our. I feel like telling Michael, if I don't feel like going, I can always suck Caitlin, just replace us, and it'll be fine.
I think so.
Pretty much, yeah.
But let's go ahead and bring our other friend here. We got bunches of family over here, so let's go ahead and bring our next one.
Hey.
Hi.
I didn't know you were doing the intro either. I was like, oh my God, what is this intro? Especially live. You're breaking my cherry, by the way. This is the second live stream I've ever done.
Oh, yay.
So I love that intro. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No
That's
problem.
awesome.
We want to go ahead and give everyone their intro. So y'all need to expect that whoever's next, there's bunches of us here. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody who might not know you.
Sure. Hey, everybody. So my name's Alex. My handle is Disnerdy Canadian. I am a YouTuber, Instagrammer from Farrell, Canada, out of Montreal, and I collect everything. I mean, you can see I have Funkos, I collect pins, literally everything that you can possibly think about underneath the sun. I have a collection somewhere of it. And I'm just really a hardcore Disney nerd. So it's just so much fun to be here and like kind of chat with you guys and celebrate Pride. So thank you so much for inviting me, guys.
Well, thank you for coming. And I'm happy that we're the first ones here. But it's pretty much easy. We're just going to go ahead and talk. So you have a game, right, tonight?
I do have a game. Let me look it up.
So if anybody has an extra device, that's usually normally how we play. So you just get an extra device and whatever you're watching, it could be separate. If you're on a computer, you can do it both. You can have one screen for the game and one screen for the screen. If you can't participate, it's completely fine. We can just all talk and just enjoy the night. But moving on to our next Ohana friend, because we're all family here. Let's go ahead and bring out, if you don't know who it is.
What?
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Good to be on another MCdorksPOP Live.
Yes, the second
That's
one.
right.
we were gonna do the whole like Stitch thing every like 2 months, but then the whole Stitch crashed, and
it was kind of a letdown.
which we'll talk about it later because I feel like we should do a live very soon for all Stitch lovers. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, Mr. Alex over here is also a Stitch lover. So
Hardcore.
I know you
guys.
Alex and I bond on Stitch quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. But go ahead and introduce yourself just in case anybody out there doesn't know.
Yeah, so my name is Thomas of Stitches Ohana. On the channel, I do a lot of unboxings, pins, wishables, stuff like that. I also have a TikTok, the same name, and that's where I do a lot of my pop content. So check me out on TikTok for pop content like that. But as you know, by my handle, I'm all about Stitch. I'm all about Ohana and just sharing that family love.
Yes. And we are so forward because we know how we love our Stitch, as you can see.
Oh, I'm rocking Marvel. I'm here excited to show you what I got, but it's Marvel.
Yeah, Kaylin and I and Michael, we all know someone, if you guys have not seen, who have the audacity to say that doesn't see the crazy everybody goes crazy for Stitch. Like, what is it about Stitch? And I'm like, what is not about Stitch?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, Juliana.
Oh, he name dropped. You saw that.
Juliana, if you're watching, girl.
All right.
I feel like I
I'll
missed an
join in with you,
opportunity,
aka Geeky Mama Bear.
Ooh. But hi to everybody who is coming in the chat. We got Mad Hatter, Tats, Chop and Drop, and Aurelio. Sorry that we're not talking right directly. Clarissa, and I think that's about it. Just in case if I missed out, hello, and we're gonna go ahead and introduce our next, not last but not least. But we're still missing somebody else, but we're still expecting her later. So let's go ahead and bring our new friend in here.
Do what I want to do.
Well, what you want to do is not necessarily what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I was like watching that. I was surprised with the videos you decided to choose, but you know.
I felt like, there we go. Sorry, I felt like we should get one that was like a funny one mixed with as well something that's introducing, because I know that one was your newest video that you changed your logo because you had the other one, now you have Loki.
Correct.
Which I'm obsessed with, by the way. Love it.
What, the logo?
Yes.
About the show with Loki.
I love how you have the whole black light pops right behind them.
Ooh. Where? Which one?
But go ahead and introduce yourself, Brian, to everybody who may not know you.
All right. Well, my name is Brian, aka Poporazzy. I basically just do TikToks. I do TikToks. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. And I'm basically just a huge Funko Pop collector. I normally do like Marvel. I do a lot of TV lines. I don't do Stitch, unfortunately. No shade. No shade.
Get him off.
But yeah, so I mean, I try to collect like everything.
That's completely fine. I'm all for Marvel, as you can see. We are obsessed with Marvel here, so we are okay with that. Hey Brandy, how are you?
Hi Brandy.
And I just subscribed to your channel, Paparazzi. Try to get him more on TikTok and on Instagram. He's more on there. What? I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not blind. I heard he's trying to let me know in the background. So let's go ahead and bring.
Just ignore her. It'll be fine. We'll just continue the rest of the stream.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm dealing with Stormageddon 2021. So
I heard.
okay.
I thought I was telling Caitlin and everyone else that I thought you were joking around. I thought like you're like saying, "Well, if a storm gets me, ha ha ha," like. But no, you're being for real. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm being dead serious. Like 1-inch hail and all that kind of stuff, and then at the last minute, Lisa's like, "We need to take the canopies all down. They're gonna blow away." I'm like, "Are you serious? Look what time it is. I gotta be somewhere."
Mr. Christmas.
But go ahead, Brandy. Let everyone know who you are, just in case nobody knows who you are.
So if you don't know me, I'm Caitlin's better half. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Brandy.
If you don't know her, you're better off.
Oh! Shots fired early, girlfriend.
I heard the ambulance.
I'm Brandy. I host GeekMeetsEats. It's a channel that does both collecting and food stuff. And I've been part of the community for about 2 years now, I think. Unfortunately, for the last, I don't know, way too long, I've been dealing with Caitlin.
No, it's been a year. We met during Pride Month last year because I was at your that was the first video I watched on your original channel.
Oh, okay.
Pride stream.
Okay.
So
I'm just
it's
gonna
been a
keep you
year.
guys on that side or that side, so like y'all can kick each other. Look at that. See, there you go. But hey, Ross. Hey, everyone.
Hey, Jorah.
Hey, Ross.
Hey, Jorah. How are you?
Hey.
But yes, we wanted to go ahead and bring everyone along because we are celebrating Pride. But Pride to me means something different. I know that. So if we want to go ahead and begin, because I would like to go ahead and talk about what everybody thinks about Pride and what it means to them. Because actually, I feel like Pride is not really a wrong way. I feel like Pride is very open to interpretation. So Pride for me is just more of very open to everybody, so everybody can be participating in it, whether you consider yourself any kind of gender and your orientation. It doesn't matter. I feel like Pride is just celebrating who you are, period. It doesn't matter. I feel like it's open to everybody. So I know that everybody else, it's mostly just, of course, what it is for is to celebrate LGBTQIA plus and involving a lot more of the community. But I feel like it should just be open to everybody. So how about you?
Me? Well, Pride. What does it mean to me?
All right, Caitlin, how about you?
Oh, wow. I know, it's just
you only have 2 seconds to respond.
A time to just be proud of who you are and like appreciate everybody in our community.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. I feel like we're on the same page. How about you, Brandy?
So I think I made a T-shirt back in the day that said it best: "Love the person, not the plumbing." I think far too often people are wrapped up in what's downstairs instead of what's upstairs and what's in your brain and in your heart. And so for me, for Pride is just love the person for the person.
Like that.
Yeah, I like that. How about you, Caitlin?
For me, it's a celebration of knowledge and acceptance. It's knowing who you are, knowing that there are other people out there that are different from you, and that's perfectly fine and acceptable. Accepting who you are, accepting who other people are, and just letting everyone live their best life in peace and the best that they can be.
I like that.
How are you, Brian?
Yeah, mine would probably be around the same. I think just celebrating and accepting who you are. That's what I think is like the most important thing during the whole year, obviously, but most importantly during Pride Month.
I really like your shirt. You need to calm down. I feel I don't know if I should wear that so people can see that, or I should just remind myself, like just just put it on my phone. Just you need to calm down.
Make it the lock screen.
Taylor
So
Swift. As soon as I saw that shirt, I was like, uh-oh.
To me, Pride is being proud of who you are and what you are. Yes.
Like that.
Love the wine, not the label. David from Schitt's Creek. How about you, Thomas?
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but to me, Pride is all about Ohana. You know, it's that spirit of Ohana. We are all family, whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, man, woman. It doesn't matter. You know, Ohana means family, and family is what it is.
You're gonna make me cry. I literally love that saying, the Ohana. That's why I fell in love with Stitch. I think that's the number one thing that I fell in love with Stitch, because it made me feel a type of way of relating, because I was all my life, and I'll go into my story later, but all my life I really did struggle on what was norm, and I didn't know how to process things, and I thought that I was actually going to be like living the rest of my life in the way that society wanted me to. And when I saw Stitch, it was one of those things that triggered in my head when I was 12 years old, like you need to be who you are, and like you can be disruptive, you can be whatever you want, but you're also loved. There's always a family for you. And it's not about, because he's not blood related, he was basically adopted, and he kind of adopted them in his life as well, and he changed for a family, not because they made him to. He wanted to be participating into this ohana, and they accepted each other for what they are. Nobody changed anybody in the sense of like of who they are, but they mended together, and that's what kind of touched me based on that. But how about you, Alex? What is your...
I said this on actually my YouTube channel. I actually have a video that was just about specifically what does pride mean to you, and I feel it's such a loaded question that I had to reach out to some friends and actually get their answers, because to me what pride is, it's not just about community. I think it's what's really about celebrating and loving what makes us unique, and kind of everybody has their own different answers. So I think that's what makes us really unique, to celebrate pride and to celebrate, you know, we kind of think our difference is a bad thing, but actually that's celebrating what makes us so different and what makes us so loud and proud, and just kind of loving not just ourselves, but I think also loving others, just at the end of the day. So I think it's very much a loaded question, but I'm loving all the different answers here, because just ditto at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's why I said it's very open to how you think of it, because pride is like, if you look up the definition of pride, it's just like being, you know, accepting of what you are and being very uplifting of it, because that's what makes you live every day, is being who you are and not being pretending to be somebody else. So I feel like when it comes to celebrating Pride Month, I understand and I appreciate all the history that went behind it to where we are right now, everything that made us acceptable more now and allowed to do this, because back then it was, you know, of course it's always been harder, and we still not have gone completely to the point that we know we can be completely like, I guess, not afraid of like criticism and bashing. There's always something going on every day, but the more that we live our true selves, the more that we become the new norm, if you want to call it, or just basically accepting from everybody. But with that being said, I feel like we also celebrate the acceptance. It's not about who we are, but it's also the acceptance that we have from society these days. So that's why I feel like Pride is just open for everybody, not just for this community, but for all communities, so that we can all join in together on different levels, different colors, and different sizes and genders and so on and so forth, because it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, that's just how I feel. But we are here. We're going to play some games and we're going to talk and we can ask questions. And I want to know, Poporazzy, how the heck do you just make so many TikToks every single day?
That's a good question. I don't even know. No, I people make like 5 videos a day, and I'm like, I am not that creative. Like, it takes a while for me to think of the content, and then on top of that, execute it the way I want it. But I mean, so far, I've managed to get 14,000 followers, so I'm doing something right.
Whoa, he just does so like, congrats. He just said like 14, you know, it's whatever. All of us here struggling on YouTube trying to get at least 100.
It's different. You know, the TikTok, it's like easier to get followers than it is on YouTube.
We try, like, we do more Instagram Reels than TikTok, and I've been dabbling in like, trying to like post some things on TikTok, but it always gets more reviews, like more views and more positive feedback on Instagram than TikTok. And I just think it's because we haven't really got in there. Okay, what are you showing?
She got TikTok.
Well, look at what my name is, because look, this is how many videos I have. None.
What's the name on
my
it?
name is Don't Know What I'm Doing.
That should be your name throughout all of life.
Caitlin.
For everybody that is coming in that doesn't really understand these two,
that's their relationship.
That's just a relationship. I was gonna
friendship.
say that they're playing around, but at this point, I don't think they're playing around. That's just how they are.
That's just how
So many people have commented on us, like, why do y'all hate each other so much? I'm like, she's like one of my best friends. What are you talking about?
We don't hate each other at all.
Look who it is.
Oh, look who it is.
The Stitch Hater.
Hey, Juliana.
Hey, Juliana. How are you? Hey, Pop Harbor. But yes, his content is good. I love your TikToks. I honestly don't do TikTok because I just don't want to. Not because I don't know. We just post videos that we just do the reels of. But Michael always wants us to do like the TikToks of like funny stuff and memes and stuff. I'm like, you do it. You go ahead and do it.
Well, for me, the issue with TikTok, I just started my TikTok channel profile. And for me, I'm a talker. And I know that TikTok is very limiting in terms of the things that you can say. So for me to have like a minute to talk or 2 minutes, I don't know how long it is. I'm still getting used to it, guys. I'm such a noob at it. So maybe I need to reach out to you, Poporazzy, to get some But
Yeah,
honestly, I'm such a talker. That's why I prefer YouTube and Instagram, because it's kind of a little bit more unlimited. But there's still some fun little things that you can do with it. I've been playing around. It's definitely a very fun platform. But yeah, I'm such a noob right now.
I
Thank
kind of
you, Rory.
I talked way too much, as you can see, and I can ramble at times as well.
Same.
But with TikTok and stuff like that, I feel like I just haven't found the motivation to do like more videos. So I just post randomly. But Michael's the one that likes to do all those things. He used to do Vine back then when
Oh my
Vine
god,
was
I
a
forgot
thing.
about that. That was a thing.
Wow, Vine is a throwback.
That's a throwback, yeah.
Oh my
We're
gosh, I feel
old.
old saying that.
Whoever is older than us, please don't come for me. I'm just kidding around. I know that I'm young. I understand it, but I have rights to feel, because once upon a time when you were our age, you also felt the same way. 2 minutes. 2 minutes just for the intro. But if you guys missed out, we were on this morning's Geeking Out with Melly Mel's channel, and
I know.
I was not supposed to be on there today because I was supposed to work in the morning, and I decided not to go. So she took out the camera off of us and was focusing on our guest, and I was hiding behind a Stitch. So when the camera was back on us, we were talking, and I just like threw Stitch off of me, and everyone was like, "What?"
He had a Stitch stunt double.
Yeah. We had that big Stitch.
Yeah, like the jumbo size cuddlies. Yeah,
Oh, those are so cute.
they're
They're
so
so
soft.
I love when you guys do that.
Yeah.
I mean, after 9 years, you would think, you know.
It's going to be 10 soon. You are too, baby. I know. But how about you guys? What are you guys because everybody has like their TikToks and their Instagram reels and YouTube, but what are you guys are more doing these days, and reasons why? Because I feel like it's also good to understand. So Brian likes to do more TikTok because it's more an easier thing for him, as in the sense of like his creativity. I can't do TikTok, like I feel like it stops my creativity. So what do you guys do for YouTube or Instagram that pushes you to do it, that makes it more easier or more fun for you? Starting with Brandy.
So honestly, I mean, I know what Ken said, you know, that the food thing isn't for him. And so I felt stifled doing the other two channels, not because of who my co-hosts were or anything, but I felt like I was doing the exact same thing as everyone else was doing, and I was getting burnout. And so cooking is something I've had passion for my entire life. So when I started that, that's kind of like the first time that I ever felt like actually free on YouTube. Like I didn't feel like someone was watching me, picking me apart, because I know there's millions of other channels doing cooking and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I was able to kind of combine the two. I mean, I still have all of this back here. But I felt like I could breathe, if you know what I mean. Like when I started doing GeekMeetsEats is when I actually felt like I was being true to myself and what I really wanted to do and what I wanted to say. And I've been having so much more fun. I think it's shown on the channel that I'm having a lot of fun. And again, it wasn't because of Troy. It wasn't because of Fox. It wasn't because of the two channels. I'm just being me now. And that's very important. Lisa's really supporting this one, where she hated the other two channels. She's really supporting this one. And my family's actually really supporting this one. They get this a lot more than me just doing Funko stuff. So
Yeah, I feel like we all have a pop in our house, right? But I feel like as well, our collection is
I don't have
also-
any. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
none.
No. But I feel like as well with the pop, I feel like that was just an icebreaker. But I like to see like how you're saying, Brandy. I feel like you are being more into your channel, how you're doing the like the food and the whole testing and stuff like that, because it's more of your passion. So that's another thing that I was talking to Michael about, is that I love collecting pops and everything and everything that's Disney, but I also want to start dabbling into more vlogging and more things like that, because I feel like doing collecting is fun, but that's not who we 100% are. And there's some people who can translate it very well doing both, but I'm starting to notice I don't really get to show my 100% personality because I'm not gonna lie, I have resting bitch face. Like I tend to like look like something is stick on my, like, I don't know what to tell you, but I look at edits and stuff like that. I'm like, why do I look so angry?
You don't.
It becomes monotone sometimes as well. So I do want to like dive into like our I guess our rhythm again. Yeah. Like something different to start it up. What about you, Caitlin?
Hey, Mama J.
Hey, Mama J.
Hey. Well, I don't do Instagram that much. I mean, if you guys follow me on there, you know, I hardly ever post like, hey guys, I just posted a new video. I hardly ever do that. I only use Instagram for like normal everyday stuff when it happens.
Bothering me.
I can go like a month without posting anything on Instagram. I'm always on there checking, but I very rarely post. But I post at least twice a week on YouTube. And it's a lot because of what Alex said. Like, I really like talking about the stuff. You know, some of my videos have gone up to like 30 minutes long. I have a 30-minute video coming out on the 29th. So, yeah. So, I started YouTube I've been collecting Funko for a while, but I started YouTube to become a part of the community and to make friends and to talk about the stuff that I enjoy collecting. And that's what I did. So, and I'm very, very content with it. So
yeah, I feel like I think YouTube was a great way to like meet people for sure. And
then I met this one.
I was gonna say we met each other, but you want to go ahead and fight her.
Yeah, blame me.
How about you, Alex?
So for me, I actually used to study in cinema and photography specifically. So I have like very much a passion for taking photos. So Instagram was really like my major one that was always on. But I actually had an old Instagram account, which still kind of use. It's more for like personal things. But I just started my Instagram, the Disney related Instagram last October. So it's only been less than a year. And I've been really kind of just thriving on it. And then that's how I met lovely people like yourselves through that. And I had a lot of friends that said, why don't you start your own YouTube? You have a lot of things to say. And I know I always talk, so why not? And that's been taking off. So I really appreciate kind of the composition element in terms of when it comes to Instagram and kind of like creating a photo and creating a story and vice versa. Kind of like my Pride series that I did on my Instagram, where I kind of did all these different compositions of the different colors of the rainbow. I thought that was a really interesting project for me. But for YouTube, I just love talking to people. So for me to kind of like have a subject or kind of present my surprise over a box, even though I know what's going to be inside it because I'm the one who ordered it, just people tend to react to it. And I just love kind of seeing the relationship that it creates and people talking about it. So yeah, no, I'll say that right now I'm still very much involved in my Instagram, but my YouTube, I'm loving it. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow, Magic Mail Monday tomorrow, with a special announcement too on top of it. So you guys gotta go check that out.
Nice.
But yes, very much my YouTube. So many fun videos coming out that I'm super, super excited about.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can agree with you on Instagram. I'm more of the Instagrammer and Michael's more of the YouTuber. In the sense of what we find comfortable. I don't like... Believe it or not, guys, as much as I talk, I don't like talking so much in front of camera. Like, I feel very weird about it. That's why I've been dying to I keep saying it over and over again that we should have like backstage, which is what we were doing before we went live, so that we can hang out and just chat with people, because I feel like a lot of the times I love doing lives, but there are times that I get stressed out because doing so much that goes into doing YouTube, it kind of overwhelms me and I get a little bit nervous. I like how you said the composition of Instagram. It's like putting in the pictures, and as well, I'm the behind the scenes kind of person. That's who I am. I'm not in front of the camera, which is weird to say like that because we are content creators and we do things like that. But Michael's the more social one. Michael's the one that loves to be on camera.
The center of attention. That's pretty much it. I'm honest about it.
Hey, Eric. Only if I go topless if you do TikTok.
Oh my god.
So for those who don't know, we were on Eric on Two Boys Under Pops live, and we were playing a little game. And one of the questions, I forgot how it really went, but it was about asking her. She had to do a hashtag, and the scenario was her meeting. Who was it? Aquaman?
No, it was like what's a weird hashtag to get fired for or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was.
And she said Iron Man hashtag or something like that, and she was like hashtag topless TikTok. and that's what she got fired for. Now that's her name. Now it's Topless.
Yep.
Topless TikTok.
And Stitch Hater.
And how about you, Thomas? Because I know that you do both. You like to do Instagram lives, and you're doing YouTube videos. So, what is something that you feel like it's more of your niche or more of a comfortability for you?
So yeah, I started my YouTube and Instagram during the quarantine. It was a way for me to take away stress, have a little fun, and just celebrate Disney my way. And I had a lot of fun, but now I'm back to work, and you know, normalcy is coming back into our lives. And so you know, I went from doing 3 videos a week, and now I'm down to like 1, maybe 2 a week, but even that's kind of, it's more of a 1 average. And so I started a TikTok, which I really like because I can do quick little videos instead of, you know, spending a lot of time filming and editing, because I'm a talker too. I ramble on and on and on, and so I have to edit a lot because it goes from a 45-minute video down to like 15.
Oh no, trust me, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying doing TikToks. I like to do, you know, I do all my pop content on TikTok, and then I'm doing comedy videos, you know, the ones where you're mouthing the voice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun doing those ones. So I'm going to keep my YouTube going. You know, I've got a giveaway going on. So if any of you, if any of you haven't already, it's my 1-year anniversary giveaway. So make sure you go check out my channel.
Woohoo.
Congrats.
But yeah, I think the TikTok is where I'm really enjoying myself more. And I'm getting really into pops. There you go.
Lori, no bitching. So if anybody didn't notice, Geeky Mama Bear, as in Topless TikToks, you know, part 2, burying it all. That you guys are funny. But let's talk about as well what we have in the community and the spotlight, those who are having a platform that are out there. Anybody has a certain celebrity or very well-known persona that you look up to or inspire that involves, or even as an ally that speaks for the LGBTQIA plus community?
Beyonce.
I feel like that's your answer to just about every question.
It is. Just like how Aurelio's answer is Pietro for everything.
What new Funko Pop do you want? Beyonce. Yep.
Hi, Richard. Chesticles, yes.
Oh my god.
How about you, Alex? Let's go the other way. Do you have anybody?
Did Brian answer for the previous question, by the way? I don't know if
the first one.
He was the first. Okay, there we go. So I just want to make sure. So the question was more within the LGBT plus community, or just like in general in terms.
Anybody that you look up to that inspired you to just be more open into the community and not so afraid or anything like that? Because I mean, I don't know, for you, I was always, you know, like I said before, a little bit timid about going into the community, and I did look a lot of the positive role models that were in my life, that like Beyonce, like he said, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, like all these celebrities and people that were always like very open to having that in their life and not, you know, saying anything negative. That made me feel more comfortable, because I'm like, if this person that I look up to, and they're that great, and they made me feel more comfortable, because I can live my life continuing on knowing that there's people like them that are more accepting.
I mean, there's so many over the years, right? Like, I think we all have kind of those different icons that we've seen over time that have made us like kind of shift our personalities and our thoughts and whatnot. If I have to say from like the get-go, I know this is gonna probably get a laugh, but it's the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls grew up, like, they were just girl power and just like rocking it and being themselves and like feminists. And I'm all about the girl bands, and I love the Spice Girls. But if I have to say, like, I mean, over time, my aunt is a lesbian as well too, so I kind of grew up with kind of that mentality of diversity a little bit more, and just kind of accepting everybody. But I don't know why, just so I'm not rambling, because you guys know that I'm a rambler, it's the Spice Girls. And if I have to talk about more like the Disney community, I honestly, it's just seeing people thrive and just being happy. And honestly, like the reason why I started my channel was during quarantine was to kind of get out of that boredom and just kind of put that joy and positivity out into the world. But that comes from so many people like you that created their own channels and just kind of want to put out, like Jessie, one of my friends, like she has an amazing channel, and just the joy and radiance that she puts out there, that's one. But when I'm thinking too of other people, like oh God, there's so many people that I could like name, but I'm gonna stop there. Stop myself before
I will go on at a triangle. How about you, Brian?
There is
It's such a question.
Yeah, it's a very hard question because I mean, over time, throughout the entire years, throughout my entire life, basically, I've had different, role models. I guess I look up to. But as far as like, hold on. I'm like, I had an answer in my head. I would probably say like a lot of drag queens. I'm a huge Drag Race fan.
Oh, yes.
Part of the Funko community or any collecting community, but just them having a platform and using it, for whatever they believe in. I think that's definitely inspirational. And on top of that, I mean, they always get hate. They always, have to endure, all the positivity but also all the negativity as well. And so that definitely like kind of encourages me. I'm like, I've been fortunate enough to not have to deal with any hate. I've been on social media for like about 2 to 3 years now.
Nice.
As far as like, with collecting and stuff. I've been collecting for like 6 years, but yeah, so probably I would say drag queens, just because I feel like they know the way to handle, having a platform.
Hey, Michelle, Mama Ru. I have my opinions about Mama Ru, but
yeah, I didn't say Mama Ru. I said drag queens. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I used to be very inspiring to drag queens at a very young age, and I was introduced to I guess if you want to say it's literally the Bible for me. It's To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. I was introduced to it when it came out. I don't know why I never put one and one together about men dressing as women, and I didn't question it. And as I got older, I started realizing what it is, to be a drag queen, and what is gay and lesbian and so on and so forth. And I think it started clicking in my head, but I continued watching this movie without questioning it. Like, I don't know what it is about this movie. And I then started thinking, it's like, that's just how like I want to be. It's like being like unapologetically yourself and just live the way you want. And anybody comes at you for it, you just like get out of my way, move out. But RuPaul was on there, and that's something that I think I grew up knowing her, especially she was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and a lot of shows, and everybody was so accepting. And this is a tall, black, gay man dressing like a woman, and nobody was questioning it. Like, it was just accepting, and that was like, wow. But of course, we still face these obstacles every day that we see other people that go through. I have dealt with it as well, but that's just was one of the things that was inspiring to me. But these days, my opinion about Mama Ru, how about you, Brandy? What celebrity or
So I kind of wish that I would have lived my life accepting who I just don't think I knew, and I think I was fighting it because I wanted the husband, the 2 kids, the picket fence, and the SUV. And so I only came out 7 years ago, which is how long Lisa and I have been together. And I'm gonna go old school because this is a person who I think their entire life has always been like, I don't give a rat's rear end what you're going to say. I'm going to be me. Is Cher. I went to that concert with my mom, and we had an entire row of guys in front of us that were just dancing their asses off. That is the most fun I have ever had at a concert. Just having a good time. Just nobody cared who you were, what color you were, what you were wearing. Everybody was just having a blast. And her music throughout the years has always been something where she just doesn't care. And the fact that that woman reacted the way she did when her child went transgender, she will always be someone that I look up to, and someone who I thought showed strength and grace throughout all of this.
That's a perfect one. I love Cher, for real. That is true. That's a very good answer as well. Yeah. How about you, Thomas?
For me, I kind of have a similar story than like, Brandy, where, I thought I had to be this certain way because that's just the way I was raised, in a religious family. So I kind of hid who I was for a long time, and came out about 4 years ago, and that's when I met Cameron. He kind of was a driving force in me being more open and honest. But I would have to say that my role models would be the Golden Girls and Will and Grace.
Yes.
I
Those
love
shows
Love those
tackled
shows.
so many different topics, and really made me feel like it was okay,
Yeah.
So that's what Golden Girls was a big one for me.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with Golden Girls. Technically, my uncle is as well gay, and I remember when we used to visit him, he watched Golden Girls, and I never understood it. And then when we got together and we started watching it at one time, and it was like, this show's way like of its time, like way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're making
good.
jokes that these days it would be kind of like a little bit taboo. I'm like, what? Like, I loved it.
Same.
But I that's a good answer. I do appreciate the Golden Girls. You got a friend?
I
The
forgot.
Golden Girls started a big conversation around like queer topics too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
Blanche being corrected in that one episode by that gay man, and then I think like a previous love or something. They were at the forefront of just doing it. And it was mainstream, like one of the biggest sitcoms on TV at that time, right? They were just kind of not just talking about regular older people things. They were talking about so many different pop culture topics. And
Well, it's also one of the first shows, if not the first, if I'm not mistaken, that was written and created by a woman, right?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either.
All I knew about it, that the oldest one that was on there was actually the youngest one in real life. That's all I knew. So Theo was actually young.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that. Picture it, Cecily, 1930.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I want to watch. We have to finish watching it.
Yes, we actually stopped watching
On
it
the last
because we
season.
were watching we were literally purging, and we had I think half the season left, and we was like, let's just take a pause. It's about to end. And we started watching other things. Time went on, and we thought about it. Should we go back to watch it? I'm like, I'm afraid to go back to watch it because the moment it's done, it's done. Like, there's only a few episodes left, but you haven't really watched the whole thing. It's like you're still having that mentality. It still has more to go.
Oh, I've watched it 3-4 times.
Yeah. I felt that way about Buffy originally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want it to end Buffy.
We haven't watched it yet.
Oh god. Yeah.
I told him he watches it, he's gonna go crazy because it involves so many different kinds of things. There's goth, there's magic, there's love interest. Like it's drama Twilight on crack, if you want to call it. Like it's crazy. How about you, Caitlin?
Well, I would also say the Golden Girls was a big one, and also Designing Women. Both of those shows were around at the same time, and as much as I love the Golden Girls, I would say Designing Women almost did it better in a sense, just because they had one entire episode that was dedicated to showing the gays during the AIDS epidemic, which I don't feel gets talked about enough.
Yeah, true.
In fact, that was my first really introduction to the word gay. Those two shows were the first time I ever heard that word. I grew up in a small southern town in Arkansas, so you don't hear that word very often when there's literally the town is like 400 people. There is no Walmarts, no McDonald's, but there's 3 churches. That's the environment I grew up in. Yeah, both of those shows, and also she's not really a celebrity, but Gail Simone wrote that comic book, Birds of Prey number 59, and that was the book that made me feel comfortable coming out to myself. So definitely, I absolutely love her for writing that book.
Yeah, I feel like there's no wrong answer to anything. Like it's always about what motivated you to be. It literally can be Shrek. I don't care. I feel like there's always a story, and I feel like everybody has that. But it's always interesting to hear other people's like what what they have looked up to, or even had something, even if it's the smallest way. And I believe truly in that, like the butterfly effect. Every little thing affects a thing that affects, so on and so forth, that it can even affect you. But we're gonna go ahead and play a game. So if everybody has a second device, we're gonna play a very short 17-question game.
Ooh.
Are you ready for this?
I took time to make this game, y'all.
Michael's like, I put effort into this. Y'all better like it.
I have bad news. My device actually kind of died.
We're not playing either, so we're good.
Okay.
I'm not playing. It's mostly for anybody who else wants to in the chat, or you guys in the panel, but I'm not. So I'll be with you, Brian. Let me
write down our question, like the answer basically to the question.
No, on their second device, you just answer them. We're gonna give you a code and the link to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it a quizzes? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very tech illiterate, so that's why I always ask like really stupid questions around technology.
Oh, no, you're good.
What am I doing? What do I need my phone? Is this a phone? No.
Too funny.
And to answer Sharon, we have not finished watching Pose. That's another show that I'm afraid to watch. Actually, I've never seen it. I'm so mad that they only lasted 3 seasons.
Same. It's really good. It should
Pose
have lasted a lot more.
I think 5 seasons would have been justice. I feel like that show is very good.
Have y'all seen it?
Very underrated as well.
Yeah,
Very underrated.
2 episodes. I want to watch it though.
Yeah.
Eric, I'll make you that shirt.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the thing open. It's like taking its time. Working. I don't know what the heck it's doing. Yeah, I did that. Then it told me to sign in, and I did.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
There
There you
continue.
go. Good. Awesome. All right, so continue.
I would play, but I know all the answers.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't play. No soup for you.
Nope. That's fine.
Which, by the way, in our Target had all Seinfeld pops and everything.
Oh my
The one
gosh,
thing I don't
for
care
real.
for. Oh, nice. What is that? I can't see from this angle.
It will be eventually the child sitting on top of
Oh, I see it.
Mandalorian helmet.
Oh, wow.
I haven't started it yet.
That's nice.
No,
Oh, that's cool.
you're finishing Mama J's.
Yeah. Well, she started it. I haven't finished. I haven't started my
She
part.
painted like 2 sections
Yeah.
in 4 hours.
I loved it and I cried my eyes out. Aw,
Oh,
don't tell us
no.
anything. Shut your mouth. The golden is better, Caitlin.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
I cried when Pose ended. Aw.
I'm sure we're gonna cry too.
Yeah, we're probably gonna watch it
cry
today.
every single time.
Yes, I felt like we're talking. I told Michael, "What's your game?"
I had a cough and a yawn at the same time.
I felt like every episode I was just crying.
Yeah,
I was like, "Stop!"
but like every show that we watch and we finish it, we cry at the last episode. We cried for Friends. We cried for this. We cried. Oh, we're gonna cry for Golden Girls.
For me, it was Schitt's Creek. I think was the last show that I cried at.
We haven't watched that.
We watched like,
1 episode.
Girl, you need to get on that now. It's a Canadian show on top of it, by the way.
Yes,
Huh?
Sharon,
Yeah,
yours is arriving. I think it said the 24th, if not sooner.
We have a friend, Jody and Laura. They were talking about it, but they were like convincing us, watch it, and I'm like, the first episode when they get into this hotel, the cringiness and how they felt being there. That's how I felt watching the show.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a good way to compare it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I'm like, their pain that they were feeling while they were like, ew, this hotel and this and that. I'm like, yes, that's how I feel about this show. I had a mutual feeling.
It gets so much more like emotional, and there's a lot of growth that happens throughout the seasons, and a lot of different. Oh, thank you, Nadia. I'm super into sports. No, but sorry, Habs are winning.
People think I'm brandy.
Canadians are like winning and kicking butt, but I do know that. So thank you, Nadia.
I have no clue.
What are sports?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, seriously.
But that's it. But keep Christian, honestly though, like if the second episode just gets more and more, it just gets craziness and just a lot more growth with the characters and a lot more like romances that start. Oh, it's so good.
I'll watch another episode. I'll give it a go. I'm
Give
still
it
gonna
like
watch
3 episodes.
4 more episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
Give it at least 3. That's what you always have to do for every show. Give it at least 3 episodes, and then for sure you can make a.
He'll
Anyone
watch that
else?
when Mel watches WandaVision.
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody else here? Oh, Schitt's
I
Creek
agree.
fan? Anybody?
Hashtag never seen it.
Oh,
Love Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek's the best.
I've seen it maybe about 4 or 5 times completely. Like it's honestly one of those shows that we just put on the background, like whenever we're just kind of like we don't know what to put on, and we're just eating dinner. Like we've watched it so many times. It's my boyfriend's like favorite show.
yeah. I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll watch another 4 episodes. But I don't know about that. Montreal Canadiens are playing tonight versus Vegas Knights. Game 4 hockey. Ooh,
I know none of those teams.
me neither.
I know what Vegas is.
I don't know American teams. but
Fans
that's
are
Canadian.
like unlike no other fans. They're
Yeah.
Montreal, Quebec here in Quebec, Montreal Canadian fans are like next level when it comes to like their love of the team. And so just me being inside like that community where I just hear it all the time at work, I'm like, yes, let's go Habs. But I'm not really into hockey, unfortunately.
Same. I'm not. I'm trying to figure out how to make the screen look good. I'm just gonna leave it like
That's
that.
fine.
I'll try to make it more full screen. It's like shrunk for some reason. Yeah, I don't do hockey. I don't do any of that.
Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
sports.
Haha.
I like Yankees, but I'm not a big fan of like watching sports 24/7.
I like watching the halftime show.
Yeah. This is like love Schitt's Creek. If anybody didn't notice, I have the Stitch hat. Let me see if I can put
Oh, is that the pineapple one? Oh,
yeah, the rainbow.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't mind the lint. Don't mind the
Ooh.
lint. There's like lint already. I just got it yesterday.
Is that a box lunch?
Yes. They also have the same pattern for pajama bottoms and socks.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I did not know about this. I knew that they came out with some merch of Pride Stitch, which I'm only guessing because Stitch and Pride involves the same month of June. Oh
my gosh, we haven't opened ours yet.
yeah, we're
waiting
still
to do a
missing.
video.
Yeah, we're still missing a lot of the common ones, but that one looks very cute.
Yeah, waiting on mine.
Which, by the way, let's bring us to that while we're still doing the everybody entering the game. Oh,
what?
There we go. That's the code for anybody. The Pride Pops last year, they used to be like this jello looking color, and we were talking about it again this morning. I don't know if you guys remember it. It's like
They're very
Translucent.
transparent.
yeah. Whoop.
I was just about to say the SpongeBob, and they had the Hello Kitty last year.
Yeah, we have all of
Yeah.
them. They're very like jello looking, and then this year they made them look very matted.
and not transparent.
And then out of all of them, Wally just looks like melted
Ugly.
crayons. It's like chopped colors, very solid. There's no ombre. It's just like red, yellow. See, look at here you go. Let me see. Like, what is that? I mean, it doesn't look ugly, to be honest. It looks different, but it does not look like the rest.
It doesn't look like very. Like,
Can you compare it to the Stitch one? I'll see. Or even her.
I don't know who that is. That's not from that burger
I
show.
really tried to define
That's-
those things.
That's Tina Belcher.
Yeah, but those two are very like very. See, that one has an ombre a little
Yeah,
bit.
that one has like it blends.
Almost, yeah.
But you guys know what we're saying, right?
But compared to this, like,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Oh, Brian scared me.
See, look at that. It's
Oh my
not the
God, that
same.
Stitch is so beautiful.
I can't wait.
But
I'm
I do
in the
like-
minority. I like the new ones.
I know.
I'm
We'll talk
sorry.
about it.
Did y'all hear that they're gonna come out with Stitch sodas?
Yeah.
So
Stitch.
But
Soda.
I'll tell you one reason why I like the newer ones more is because these go not just necessarily like the translucent versus the saturated thing, but this one goes in a diagonal, so you see the colors more. And the other ones you barely see the red and the purple because it's just barely there. With the diagonal pattern, you see all 6 colors.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I like the
Yeah.
newer ones more.
I guess. Yeah. I just like that one. It just looks more jello. Like, I don't know. But
Jello. JELLO.
Would you like it if it was less matted?
Yes.
a little.
At least the ones like Wally, because Stitch, Deadpool,
I
and
love how
Mickey,
looks.
Mickey,
looks
they
nice.
look like matted, but they're ombre.
Yeah.
That's
Deadpool,
look
No,
at
look at that Deadpool.
I
Deadpool
saw that
looks
one at GameStop the other day.
really
I
good.
got it.
I agree with you. The Wally, they didn't blend it at all.
No,
Yeah,
No.
and they're all like that.
blend.
But speaking of those Pride Pops, is what I really wanted to talk about was any pops that you think that maybe next year they should focus on that involves the LGBTQ plus community instead of having just Disney, Nickelodeon, all these characters. Like I, for example, would love to see a RuPaul, even though I have my, or at least a drag queen, one of the drag queens. But RuPaul will be most likely the one that they would choose as Pride. Shangela's a good one.
Say what?
Anybody that you think that should be like, even Will and Grace maybe, but I feel like they're not that big known, like iconic that will come out as one of the first celebrity pops or part of that, because all these Wally, Disney, Mickey, I love it, but it has nothing to do with the community at the same time.
True.
I feel like they've just done the ones that they know is gonna sell. Like Batman sells, SpongeBob sells, Wally sells.
But they should at least involve at least every single wave one known persona as part of the community, like to actually have that in what the cause is, because the cause is
Yeah.
Good night, Jorah.
Good night, Jorah.
Good night.
Good night.
I'll pass by tomorrow for lunch.
I know you would say Beyonce, but they don't even have a regular Beyonce.
They don't have a regular Beyonce.
So
I would personally love to have a Batwoman.
Oh, see, that's a good one.
Because Batwoman, as much as people love Harley and Ivy, Batwoman was created solely to project heteronormity, and now she's been recreated to be the forefront of the gay community in DC Comics. And so I love that character very, very much.
I like that character as well. I like Harley as well, but I got Batwoman.
Captain Marvel.
Ooh, Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Nadia's comment where she basically said Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. We are literally Bert and Ernie.
Yes.
Literally. Oh, Bert and Ernie would be good.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for a JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Christina.
Hey, Christina.
I haven't done her yet. She's
Hi,
great.
Kane.
So this morning, it wasn't me. It was actually Michael who said.
What?
She says that you said, I cannot pronounce it. Lilifu from Beauty and the Beast. Gaston's friend should make him into a Pride Pop.
Oh, because in live action he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said that, not me.
Yeah, I said that.
You got us confused, honey.
Did you guys see where they're making a prequel to that?
Yep, the TV show got officially greenlit. Yeah.
Wait, what?
They're making a prequel to the live action Beauty and the Beast where Gaston and LeFou meet.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've been talking about it for the past year, but it officially got greenlit, I think, like last week. So they're hoping for next year or something. I don't know the official date, but it's officially greenlit. So that's really cool.
Wiccan and Hulking. I'm sorry. Yes.
Wiccan
and Hulking. Totally should be great. Sure.
Which of the two? Is it Harley and somebody that are in a universe?
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. I think those two would be good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she's wearing the shirt.
There you go.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start the game. All right, and 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
2.
It's
Okay.
gonna count down again.
That's true. You're right. You're right. I keep forgetting that.
Please be a good song.
No music.
No music. Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
All right.
I don't know why it's not playing music, but I don't want to hear it.
The engines. I mean, the best person win.
Okay, RuPaul. All right. Do you want to speak on your behalf of why or how you feel about Ru? I feel like you're holding back.
No. That for another chat.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
I will show off though my Goofy though. I finally found him.
Where you at? Bye.
Ooh, nice.
Let me see it.
It's so nice.
Here it is. There you go.
So,
see, we're in Florida.
It doesn't work out like that for us.
It don't work. Yeah.
But look at that ombre though. That
And then we tried pop
culture.
Pop culture, and they said they ship worldwide, but they're not sending that pop culture.
It says that something about like not too quite sure.
This
like
item is not for something.
No, it didn't say not. It says something at this moment cannot be estimated for your area, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I saw your message, your post late about you looking for one, but I'll try to see if I'll head back up to Hollywood anytime soon to get you guys one.
Oh, thank you.
If not, we're also looking at retailers because you know how third parties they tend to want pop culture, but pop culture want to be dirty with us, I didn't know about the
Too
Gaston
funny.
prequel. I need to look this up. You fake fan.
We're the only ones that didn't know.
By the way,
What?
fake fan is just things that we say when somebody doesn't know something about their basic fan lines, not to call out anybody. I'm a biggest fake fan of them all.
I'm a proud big fan.
Yeah, I cannot remember everything. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Oh, really? They stopped shipping to USA. But didn't Juliana get something from there, or somebody? I feel like somebody got something recently from there.
But then they need to take off their sign that says shipping worldwide.
I was gonna say, I think they're very specific on which pops, because I know I placed an order last summer from Pop Culture, and
Okay.
and I got my order. It took about a month, but I got it.
Gotcha.
They're probably limiting certain things then.
Probably.
Take me out. I'm frozen. All right, Tats, but you can go back in if you want. I'll take you out. Just go back in.
Are you sure you want to remove this? Yes. So far, we got in first place Pop Harbor, Stitch Ohana, and Disney Community.
Caitlin.
It's Caitlin.
I'm
No,
not.
number 2 now.
It won't last long.
To be fair, though, she somehow has like the luck of like, I don't know.
Always winning quizzes and games.
I sometimes think that she has Alexa plugged into her.
She has Alexa in her
I
brain.
don't even own an Alexa. What are you talking about?
She has Siri in her brain then.
Yes.
Or Google.
She has something. She wins on quizzes that, like, at times, or at least gets good answers because she guessed.
For real.
I didn't know. Yep. And then, bye, Sharon. Bye.
Bye, Sharon.
Night.
So for those RuPaul Drag Race lovers, have you guys seen the contestants that are coming for the next All Stars?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Are you happy about it?
Some yes, some no. There's gonna be a lot of loudmouths this season.
Yeah.
It is. You know it's gonna be drama.
Like, I'm not a huge Silky fan, and then just to mix it in with like Eureka and Raja and like having those kind of trios. And
I love Eureka, but if
I like Eureka, but them mixed together,
yeah, all of them, no.
Yeah, they're gonna be
And
fighting.
I'm not a big fan of the ganache. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Silky. Yeah,
too hard for her.
She actually came. We have in Montreal for Pride. Sorry, I'm listing the. So basically, here for Pride, they have like actual RuPaul Drag Race stage show where there's about 10 or 11 drag queens that came, and Silky came, and they booed. It was pretty bad. 22,000 people. All we hear is like she came up onto like the board, and there was just this boo over the crowd. And I was like, oh god. So yeah, not a lot of people like her. Unfortunately.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I didn't.
Michael liked her. I'm like, I cannot stand her. But in the end, I kind of went okay with her, but I still don't like her. What I do not like is last season. What was her name?
Brandy Joyce.
Oh, what happened, Brandon? Let me see. Oh
that?
no, that's the weather.
Oh shoot.
So if her screen goes black, we know
Yeah,
why.
if my screen goes black, it's because I lost power.
And run. Hi.
I don't have a basement, so we'll be going in the bathroom. The dog's passed out on the floor right now, but as soon as she hears thunder, she's gonna be in my lap.
I hope everything goes well, though. I really do.
Listen, Tornado Warning has been a fun experience when in
Yes.
Alabama. Oh my god.
It was literally like, what was it, a mile or 2 miles?
It was probably like 3 miles away.
It was that far? That was closer. I swear it was closer.
Can't remember that.
Well, he
You're
was over
probably
there,
right.
and from the facility he was working currently, it was literally within reach, and they were all like in the center of the facility, so they were good. But still, that's crazy. I don't know.
That was my first one ever. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. But who did I like from last season? Because I'm trying to remember the name.
We're talking about season 13.
Yeah,
The one that did Paris Hilton.
No,
Milky.
no, not her.
Miss.
Mouth.
There's Simone. There's
Candy
Rose.
Muse?
Yeah, I cannot stand Candy Muse.
Candy Muse.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me.
My favorite is Simone and Gottmik. Those are my.
I don't think Candy Muse should have been top.
She
No, I don't
shouldn't
think it's
have,
top
but
there.
I feel like her personality definitely outshone a lot of the other girls.
It
So-
didn't outshine. It was
It was just
loud.
loud.
It was just loud. She was
I
like,
ended up
yeah.
liking her. I didn't like her like how
I ended up being okay with her. I just didn't like that she was just
The top.
the top, but she was also just
She
like,
should have not been saved.
I'll wait. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, I was
I
gonna
got
say,
emotional. She should have not been saved.
I just felt like I felt like she just always blamed other people for her issues. Like somebody came at her, but she was also coming at people, but nobody could say anything back. And once somebody did defend herself, she got mad. And then she was saying that people didn't have talent, but I'm like, girl, you don't got talent. And you don't have to have talent to complete talent, at least to be on RuPaul. Just got to do makeup and just show your personality. And that's another thing. She and with other people were trying to be something that they weren't. Just show who you are, and that's how you win.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to win, by the way. You want to be the top, if anything, or at least be recognized because then you come back.
All right, let's find out who the winners are.
And the winners are, we got
In first place, Jesse Cherry.
and then
Hey, Jesse.
and then Geeking Out with Melly Mel, and then Ken.
Nice.
All
Told
right.
you I wouldn't be in the top 3.
Well, everybody got question 5 right.
What are the questions? Which is the one that had the most issues? Okay, everybody got this right. So
Oh, it's because that one.
13, 11, 17. I'm trying to look for the ones that. So this one, how many pride flags are there?
There's 22.
That's just a lot.
That's crazy.
I did not know there was that many.
I didn't know there was that many either.
Yeah, there's tons now.
And then this month, June, marked the
51st celebration.
yes, Michael. Well, you mean the answer, so.
True.
And then other one, how many colors are in the 2018 Progress Pride flag?
11.
Yeah, I wouldn't know much about this.
Are you saying you would have failed my quiz?
Yeah, I probably would. Actually, I passed. I won. Because isn't this the same one you
That's
used?
the same one for work.
Yeah, because so I had to put up a thing. I actually won.
That's right.
I won. Where was my prize? Oh, I got entered a raffle,
Into a raffle.
and I lost that raffle. That's he's rigged. I showed who I am and started the Keep Geeky Weird, Kirsten. Yes,
Mhm.
and I'm all for it. I did great on the quiz. I accidentally bumped myself out and got back in. Hey, that's Vanjie's mom. Who's
Vanjie's mom? It's Vanjie.
No, it's Aja. I think because Aja, if we're still talking about Candy Muse, they were in their like little club together, Candy Muse, Aja.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think it was Vanjie.
No, it wasn't
No,
Vanjie. It
Vanjie's-
was the broccoli.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I love her.
Kind of bad that she's only known as the broccoli now, though.
Because she was the first one voted out, and then just
For being a
instantly
broccoli.
became the broccoli throughout the whole entire season.
Following
Yes, she
suit.
got she got known for just being a broccoli, and then you got Vanjie just being known for exiting with them Barbie dolls everywhere around her. I don't know who watches RuPaul, but y'all need to watch it. Tell me Schitt's Creek. What's wrong with y'all? RuPaul's Drag Race. That's where it's at.
Well, it's a compromise. You watch Schitt's Creek and they'll watch RuPaul.
Who's
Yeah,
they? Let me know.
yeah.
Who are the ones who have not watched RuPaul's Drag Race? Oh,
Blasphemy.
what is wrong with you? I feel like the best season is season 4. Oh my gosh, my favorite. I know that very controversial, but my favorite has to be Willem. Oh my god, I love Willem, and I wish Willem didn't have so much beef with RuPaul that they would bring him back for season
An all-star season.
an all-star season because he was eliminated because he wanted to.
I need a Willem Funko Pop.
Yes. If y'all don't know who Willem is, I highly recommend watch him on YouTube. The beatdown. Oh my gosh,
Hilarious.
it's so fun. He makes fun of videos that he sees on the internet. But definitely need to see that. And we actually met Willem once.
Yes, we did.
We went to a drag brunch, and oh my god,
He was there signing his book.
Yeah, and we got a photo, and that's about it. Has Brendan, have you seen RuPaul?
Oh yeah,
Drag Race?
of course. And then of course I was into the music back then, so
Oh yeah,
that'll work.
you better work.
Well, yeah, I mean, when RuPaul was big, it was when she was at the end of Tu Wong Fu, and She's been in. There's been other movies. What was it? There was another one recently.
I don't know. I know that RuPaul did the what happened?
She pulled out her never seen
Oh,
this
never seen
sticker.
it. What's the show called on Netflix that got canceled?
Oh,
the Queen, AJ and the Queen.
Yes, that was a good show.
that was a good show. It sucks that it got canceled.
The first half I thought was really good. I thought it kind of had like a tone of like 30 Rock style, where it was kind of like a little bit whimsical or kind of like quirky. But then it kind of got a little bit more melodramatic for me towards the end. I wasn't a huge fan of how it ended.
I know what you're talking about. I completely understand. And when it ended, I was kind of shocked that it ended. So I was like, I felt like it went up for a climax, it went back down, and then it was going for a kind of a climax but at a slow pace, and then it just stopped there. And I'm like,
yeah,
it kind of like it had a weird rhythm to it, but I still liked it because it was just different of a kind of show that I was not seeing a lot lately, but it was a good one.
And any representation is good representation, right? I mean, like for the most part. So to have an actual show that came out like that, I mean, awesome.
We have not seen the podcast.
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we saw the.
Oh, that one. That's the podcast?
I think so. Yes.
I don't think so.
I think it's a podcast, but then they started putting it on YouTube.
Oh, like a video form?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe then. I'm not too quite sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Love RuPaul way back. The Love Shack music video. Ooh.
You guys like Trixie and Katya? I love the.
Oh
my favorite is Katya. I don't think that Trixie should have won her All-Star season.
Well, that I agree with, but I like their side.
Shangela should have
won.
She was wrong. Or Ben de la Creme if she stayed. Yeah.
True. I actually think that's true. I think that her leaving, I don't know. I feel like she wanted to be known that she left the show such a way. Brenda, are you okay?
Yeah. my dad just said there was we got a confirmed tornado on the ground. Not here, but
girl, I thought you were looking at the tornado.
My dad said that he's starting to see lightning and stuff like that, so I was just seeing if I could see anything out the window.
Hey, Sad Bones.
Stay safe, Brandy.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
I mean, worst comes to worst, they can probably take your cinema away. Well, it wasn't your cinema. What was it, Caitlin?
Hot Topic.
Hot Topic,
along with half of the mall, and my favorite restaurant, and everything else, and they haven't rebuilt it yet.
Was everything half off?
Should have been. I saw like they posted pictures of like the rubble right after it happened, and it was like at Best Buy, and I was like, "Oh damn! I could just go up there and pick up a whole cart full of crap on the ground."
Oh my gosh!
I was like, I would have a whole new computer set up in no time.
No, true.
Katya is everything. Yes, I love the show. There's so many shows out there that you guys need to watch if you have not done. But I'm definitely a big fan of Katya and Trixie's show, and then they also had it on a channel, right? Or was it
a little while?
Yeah.
It was on Vice, but I felt it was a little bit more scripted than what they do when they just kind of YouTube. It wasn't as good. I liked the segment though when they went onto the street and they would ask people like random questions.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So funny. That segment was good, but I felt like the kind of the banter that they have works so much more when they were just doing their conversations on YouTube versus this. They had to kind of like
because they weren't so, I guess, limiting to what they were allowed to do.
Or
and it was produced and
yeah. But that show's good. Literally, it's called because that's the show and not yours. So if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So I highly recommend your homework, people. Watch that show, and then as well, Willem's Beatdown. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so she just talks about people's videos. Oh my god.
Anybody else has a recommendation of a show or YouTube video or anything that you guys tend to watch? It doesn't have to be anything related to the community, but anything you recommend.
Well, if you like kind of like drag queens a lot, I like the thing that they do on Netflix. Like I Like to Watch. That's actually what it's called. I Like to Watch, where they actually watch like the queen. They watch a movie, and they have like different drag queens that come on. So they had Katya and Trixie. They had Alyssa Edwards come in. I think for the MCdorksPOP. They had like for the UK they had Vivian and Bag of Chips who like reviewed the Queen or something. So it's called I Like to Watch, and it's like Netflix who produces it, and it's hilarious. So I love those ones. But honestly, I just pop on like any sort of vlog on YouTube. Like right now, I'm really into like Halloween Horror Nights and anything that's like Disney related. So anything that I can put on the background that's like vlogs, I'll just watch. Like,
nice. I'm all about The Circle on Netflix. That show's amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
Yeah, I see you smiling. What you saw it? Have you watched it, Thomas?
No, I have no desire to watch that. I don't like to watch a lot of reality shows.
But
the
it's
only
so good.
reality competition show I watch is like the cooking ones, like
Oh,
Chop.
same.
cooking shows.
I love
like
the seasons when it comes up, like the Halloween ones and the Christmas ones that
Yeah.
come up. Those are so
good.
cool.
Yes. What's
Like Nailed It or like all those
Yeah.
shows.
Nailed it. Is
All of
really
those
awesome.
shows.
Nailed It.
I'll watch those big time, but
We need to finish
Survivor's the only other one that I watch.
Oh no, I would not watch Survivor. I know Survivor be Beyonce and the rest of the gang.
Tales of Two Cities. That's good.
I have not seen that Tales of Two Cities. I will add it to the list.
It's good. It's good.
Hashtag never seen. How about you, Brian? Had any shows that you've been watching, binging? It's besides
There's a lot of shows
Marvel.
that I need to watch. Not really, actually. I mean, I haven't had a chance to watch season 2 of La Victor. I haven't had. There's stuff that I want to watch. Same with Pose. I haven't seen Pose season 3 yet.
Good night, Mel.
Good night, Mel.
I seen
I really want
like,
to see I Love Victor.
yeah, I seen like the trailers and like glimpses of it. I do want to see it. I was a little bit not wanting to see it because how the movie hired a straight actor was kind of bothersome to me. I'm like, there's so many. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I understand that, and I think there's a lot of people that forget. Like, why do you hire this ethnicity to play this ethnicity with other people, or this gender to play that? Like, I get it. But that's what acting's about, is acting, and it's not you. The character is a different thing. But I feel like for this movie to be one of those movies, I feel like they could have done it. Could have gotten someone who was in that orientation and play it very well. The movie was good regardless. So when they made a show on it, I felt like it was too soon for me. I felt like they were trying to go on that way. I'm like, but I will give it a try. I heard very great reviews on it. So it does look good. My guy has heard, he's been dying to see it. So we'll
very good. It's very good.
How about you, Brandon? Any shows or movies or anything that you feel like everybody should know? I like shows because movies comes and goes, and I love shows. Shows are the best.
I'm trying to think of what we watch. So this is going to sound weird, and yes, I'm behind the times on this, but honestly, we were just started listening to the book Orange is the New Black. The book is completely different than the show.
I heard.
Now I want to watch the show because now that I've been listening to the book, and I know that the show is a big kind of it veered off from what the book was, but I kind of want to see that now because Lisa and I get into the absolute worst shows that you could possibly watch, like Love After Lockup. For some reason, because Lisa's a former cop, we have to get into the whole criminal aspect. Apparently, I'm not really sure.
Well, that's perfect then.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'm sorry, but Coyote Ugly. I love that movie.
Oh my god, yes.
Movie.
One of the best things. I literally always love watching that. Okay, I'm done with you. Kaylin, I'm this close on pressing the room button, and I don't think I've done that to you in a while. So let's not break that record.
Okay, I'll put it away.
Kaylin, that's another one you need to watch.
Yes, Coyote is a very, very good good movie. It involves so much different characters. That's what one of the biggest thing was, that there was just a lot of characters. I felt like they did rip us off with Tyra Banks being part of the poster and the trailers, because she was like probably 10% in the movie. Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I think Tyra Banks, when she does act, I mean, I'm not saying she's the best actor, but I just love her personality being part of the movie, like life size. Hello. So I feel like they should have involved her more in it, but it's a very good. Fun fact, though, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I feel like Leanne Rimes should deserve the respect. She actually voiced the vocals for the main character Piper in the entire movie, but just played it at a different pitch because it had to be lighter because of the character. And I felt like a lot of people growing up with that, I don't want to like ruin that facade. Like, I just want to give the respect to where it is properly deserved. And Leanne Rimes did that. And the reason why I say that, if you have watched, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna spoil it.
But don't you think though that Bridget Moynihan's character could be? They kind of like hinted that she might be LGBTQ.
Yeah.
So sure.
I need to rewatch that movie. I really, really need to. I haven't seen it. This is why I like talking about movies and shows, because like I haven't watched certain things or I haven't seen something in a while. Like To Wong Fu, I just realized I was talking to Michael. We have not watched it all month long, and I'm like, come on now, it's Pride Month. What's wrong with us?
Well, like good throwbacks, right? Like that's like high school.
Somebody needs to still watch it.
Yeah, you're in the spot, Kaylin.
Yeah. Can you? Yeah.
When we talk about Cute Ugly, I think about all those good like teen rom-coms that came out, like 10 Things I Hate About You and She's All
yeah.
Like that reminds me of that kind of era of movies, which I absolutely love. So yeah, I really enjoyed those ones.
Anybody else?
I was about to say, do I even qualify to answer this question?
Yes, you qualify.
There was one thing. It was a webisode series. I imagine it's still on YouTube, but I remember watching it when it first came out. It was called Carmilla, and it was basically every episode. The longest episode they had was like 15 minutes. Most of it was like 3 to 5 minutes long. And if you don't know, the story Carmilla is about a female lesbian vampire that predates Dracula. She was created before Dracula was. And so this is a series showing her in modern times falling in love with a college girl. And it was really interesting because the entire show took place from a webcam. Like it was like they were blogging it pretty much. So you just saw like that one angle of the camera in that one room pretty much. They switched the rooms, through the seasons. But I think there was like 4 seasons. But I absolutely loved that show for something that was so stagnant. The story was beautiful. You understood the story very well. I absolutely loved it. There was pretty much every letter in the community was present. There were lesbian characters, gay characters. There was a non-binary character. And I absolutely loved that. Yes, Carmilla.
Wait, is that another...
That's Kelly. That's the OG. That's the one that Brandy stole her name.
That's my twin.
Oh, so for those who don't know, when Brandy started out her channel, she named it GeekMeetsEats, and they coincidentally had the same name. So was it on Instagram? You said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on Instagram, she's at GeekMeetsEats, and I'm at Brands2977. So when people were tagging my lives and stuff, they were tagging Kelly's, and then finally she reached out, and then I had her on the show, and now we're besties.
We follow, and
that's crazy.
She does a lot of the food and the parks and stuff like that she's been looking at, and I follow that now. So, but she lives here, right? So
yeah, she just did a fundraiser on Facebook for Alzheimer's. So if you guys go and follow at GeekMeetsEats on Instagram, there is a link, or you can follow her on Facebook as well. I think she just told me she got up to like $400 tonight so far, and so if you guys can help her out at all, she can, or Kelly, maybe put a link on your Instagram too.
Oh, I just realized you're
Did you
not.
see what she just said?
No.
She is a transgender.
Oh, awesome. Can you type something in the chat, Brandy? I think I haven't made you mod, just in case. Whoop. And I'll make you mod as well, so you can drop your link. But before we...
By the way, everybody's links on here is in the description. If you guys want to support everyone that's on here, go ahead and do that. Would appreciate it.
And
we got TikToks, Instagrams, YouTubes, it's all there.
Before we go, we want to go ahead and have everyone as well in the chat. If you want to ask any questions that you may have for any of the guests that we have on the panel, it doesn't have to be related to Pride. It could be related to anything you want to know more about them. But go ahead before we leave. But is there any message that you guys want to say related to Pride for those who may be like nervous or not too quite sure or questioning and so on and so forth? The floor is yours, and you can let us know if you want to speak.
Or you can just be volunteered to do so.
I was trying to move them around. Do you want to speak, Tom?
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna put her on the spot.
Putting me on the spot. Okay. Yeah, just accept yourself. I mean, you can't. No one's going to accept you until you can accept yourself. So, you know, just stay strong and just know that you're not alone out there. You have a huge, huge Ohana out there that's out there to support you. And we all love you.
Anyone else?
Well, be yourself.
Sweet.
So I just wanted to say, I didn't come out till I was 37, and the biggest mistake that I made was I started hiding myself from my family and friends because I was trying to figure out myself. I didn't know if this was something I was trying on or if this was something that was going to stick, and but I knew that I was falling in love with Lisa, and I knew that I had to tell my family because I was hurting my family by not being around them for family events and everything else. And that is the biggest mistake, is that if people love you for you, then they are still going to be there, whether you are straight, bi, whatever it is. Gay, they're going to be there for you. I ended up losing a couple of people, but they're the people that I thought I was going to lose after I came out. I was terrified to tell my family because of the fact that my sister-in-law is very Catholic. I thought I was going to lose the littles. I didn't think my brothers, who are, like, let's put on camo and go hunting guys, I didn't think they were going to understand. And trust your family and friends. Give them a chance at least. I'm not saying that everyone's going to have the same outcome that I did, but at least give them the opportunity to, and don't shut them out. That's a huge mistake that I made.
Yeah, I agree. Similar things, and I'll go more in details on that, but thank you for sharing that. Anybody else that wants to speak?
I mean, I could go. What I think is just very important in terms of anybody's coming out, whether it's, gay, queer, or anything on the spectrum, really, I think just take the time that you need to do that. Don't let anybody rush you to, to choose who you feel you are. Not even just choose, but to be who you are. I think that's very important. We kind of hear these stories about people being forced to come out, and why, right? Like, everybody has their own journey. And I think that even to Brandy's point about it, making sure that you keep that support system there where it could be family, keeping that door open, but also knowing that it's okay to have a chosen family as well. Because there is some people out there that don't necessarily have always that family to support on. And I think that family is kind of just a word. It's what we choose it to be. So I actually have, I've been very lucky and fortunate with my family that I have, but at the same time, we have gone through some challenges. And I think it's also very important to find that other support system than just your actual family, and that's your chosen family. So I'd say always take your time and always make your own rules in terms of your own coming out story and what that is.
Yeah, agree. I love the fact when we say chosen family, because it is, I feel like blood can only run so much. Like, it's not everything. I feel like family are there, those who are always there for you. So thank you for sharing that. And go ahead, Caitlin, because I saw your hand up.
I don't care. I wait my turn. I would say absolutely what the others said, not just Brandy, but like actual others. If you don't know, that's her other nickname. But definitely take your time. Figure out who you are. There's no set time limit on these things. Some people know it from when they're very young. Others know it when they meet a certain somebody. Others don't know it till very later on in life, and that's perfectly fine. Just do it at your pace. Do it when it's safe. I will say, if you feel like you're in a situation where you think it would be unsafe for you to come out, wait until you're out of that situation first.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And just look around, because when you're in the closet, you feel like you're very much alone, and it's really scary. So look around, like, do some research on your own, because unfortunately LGBTQ history is not taught to anyone. There are some schools that I think teach it now, but most of the time we have to pretty much learn it on our own. So if you're like, I don't think, lesbian really defines me, I don't think bisexual really defines me, I don't think transgender really defines me, look it up and look up the history of it and find whatever suits you. And if you don't feel like any of the labels suits you, that's perfectly fine too. You don't have to set yourself in a multicolored box. You can be whoever you want to be, and just figure out the way to love yourself the most. And like I said, just educate yourself on it and find what makes you you and accept that. That's the first starting point, always.
That's a very great answer. Thank you so much.
So well said.
I agree with that. Don't define. I think labels, and part of the LGBTQ, I will say that something that kind of like bothers me, that I embrace not labeling yourself, but there's so many labels out there, so it kind of contradicts itself. And what you said is basically, if you don't have a label or something that you relate to, then don't label yourself. You can be just you, and that's the best answer you can say. If anybody ever asks you for any reasons why, your answer is I am me. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
So,
but I will say the opposite is also true. Like you can find a lot of comfort by not having a label, but you can find a lot of comfort with having a label. Because
exactly.
I know some people who are like asexual, and they thought something was like wrong with them. Which, by the way, asexuality wasn't taken off the mental disorder list till 2013. Think about that.
Oh wow.
But they think there's something wrong with them because they don't, feel the same way people do. So when they found the term and they was like, oh my God, this thing actually exists. I'm not weird, and that was a huge comfort to them. So if you have a label that you're comfortable with, accept it. And if you don't just be you. So.
Very well said.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I'm not gonna say I'm the last one, but I think everyone.
I have an answer. Michael has no pressure.
I think everyone said it perfectly, because I know I had somebody actually reach out to me on TikTok about like how to come out. And I mean, I'm not the best person to give advice, but I tried my best. And the key really is, I think, patience. You got to be patient with yourself. You don't rush. Don't think that, you have to come out. You come out whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel comfortable, and just make sure you have support. I mean, I think everyone mentioned, just make sure you have the support and it's safe for you to come out. And that's about it, actually.
Thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate that. I mean, everybody has different ways. I know for a fact, like what you said, I wouldn't be like the best person to come to in a sense of like giving you the 100% answers from like a Lifetime movie. I'm not a great person, and like I'm not nobody's role model or anything like that, but I'm always there to as well to do my best. And that's, I think, we can all do. That's why I also wanted to do this live stream, because I don't think that we're gonna go ahead and do a live stream and then make a huge difference in the world. But that's the thing, that we never know who is watching. We never know who may be watching later. And then the words that we have to say, or just show how we are, our everyday life, make them probably feel more comfortable to be more accepting or more or motivated to be 100% themselves. Good night, Kenneth. But I do want to read an email that I was asking today, and I have Nadia, who was in the chat right now. She said, I don't know how to describe it, but I remember how nervous I was when I came out to my family. My family had their arms wide open. I remember going to my first Pride parade in Montreal. It was awesome. I was twice in the parade, and it was an experience I will never forget. So that is awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember just being nervous.
Yeah, our stories is completely different, but
completely different.
Hold on. Before we go ahead and go to that, I do want to read some messages that was in the chat that I wanted to point out. So love is love. Thanks for sharing your story, Brandy. It's hard to come to your truth because of what society scares us with, but when you do feel it's time, the ones who truly love you will support you. And I feel like what's going on with what Brandy said, I feel like you said, like, those who I thought that were not going to be there for me weren't. I feel like, not that I'm saying, out with like, those people, but if you were having people, to anybody who's out there, have left you or not by your side during the struggles, that's not an automatic like closed door. It's everybody handles it differently. But if someone who's completely not 100% want to accept, I mean, that's something that you are cutting out and going with more into your future. I mean, what I would like to say is, like, for my story, I grew up not knowing. I didn't understand. I did have a gay uncle, and I didn't understand what it was so bad about having an attraction to same sex or so on and so forth. And as I got older, I started seeing the obstacles that were happening in the public eye and everything that was happening in the news. And I grew up with certain environment. Not that I would to say that my family wasn't supportive, but like the environment around my family, that being alone with a man that is gay wasn't the safe thing to do. And that made me feel like, okay, so if I were to ever be that, would I be, appear to be unsafe? And as I got older and my brothers and sisters had kids, I was afraid to say something because I was afraid they would look at me to be unsafe. I did not come out until I was 21. So that was a very struggle for me when, especially in high school, I had a lot of people always point it out because I do have what they will say, the mannerisms or things that people will pick up on that would that I was gay, and I always try to hide it as much as possible. I was not as flamboyant or anything like that, but I wasn't the most manly man or so on and so forth. But I did come out when I was 21, but I was still quite unsure how to go about it. But I did later on find out that my father didn't approve, and that's why I say that I am happy that I came out and I found out who was really there for me, because I come from where I grew up in Ocala, which is not that far from here. A lot of the community who were white or Hispanics, that I heard a lot of things about people not accepting gays. And when I finally came out, all those friends that I had in high school that I was afraid were there supporting me on Facebook and sending me messages and reaching out and letting me know that they kind of had a feeling, but they were very proud that I came out. And I officially came out when I met Michael.
Yeah.
Which also in return you fully came out as well.
Yeah. So I first came out to my mom. I actually came out to my mom as bisexual. I was confused. I was confused at the time, I remember during that time I think I was in an 11-month relationship.
Yeah, with your girlfriend.
I know
that his mom does
it
never
feels
let
so
me.
weird to say it.
His mom never lets me forget it. She's like, his girlfriend called the other day. I'm like, girl, I don't care.
But yeah, no, that relationship ended. And then I came out as gay, and months later, I finally told my dad. And I was so nervous to tell my dad because I felt like my dad was like very old-fashioned Cuban, and we know how they are. But no, everyone in my life has been very accepting. My brothers.
Yeah.
I've been one of those has been very fortunate.
Yes. I absolutely love his family for how accepting they are. My family, not that they were not accepting. A lot of them were just very questioning. But his family, I have a really good relationship with his father. But everybody has a different story. And I appreciate for every one of you who came here to hang out and share your opinions and your stories with us. Thank you so much for all of those. We do have some messages left, loving all the positivity. And as a parent listening to your child, they're still your child, no matter who they love. Take things one day at a time and keep an open communication. Yes. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for coming by. And I want to read here. All the support and love matters so much. Everyone here in the chat and on stream is making such a huge difference. And you're also brave. Thank you for so much for sharing. I say thank you to everybody as well. But I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you for coming and taking the time here. I wanted to do it for like an hour, but we went a little bit over. But I appreciate that.
Don't we always? We say we're gonna be on here for an hour, and we're like, oh,
it's 4 hours.
3 o'clock in the morning.
But happy Pride Month to everybody, and I hope you guys are all safe and have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great night. Happy